Guys, welcome back here to Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys hanging out with me a little bit for today's episode. Guys, today we're going to be talking about poppers because I think that poppers are the best in the summertime of the year. It's really starting in about May, but June, July, and August are a good time of the year to fish poppers. I've talked about this before in the past. I'm not a big fan of fishing topwater baits in the summertime. There's a real small window. But one of the most successful topwaters that I do fish in the summertime is a popper and also a whopper plopper a little bit. But I want to talk specifically about the popper in today's video, get you guys some good tips and advice on that. Also, guys, we're going to be talking about the Megabass Pop Max. This is my favorite popper here. Thing looks just like a real bullfrog. Look at that thing, like a real, or bass or something. Attention to detail, second to none, guys. It's got a nice splash to it. It goes side to side, sort of like a spook. Just an awesome popper here. They actually got a smaller version called the Pop X2, but I'll put the Megabass Pop Max link in the description of this video if you guys would like to pick up some. And one other thing real quick, guys, just wanted to remind you, I've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. If you guys are looking for a freaking awesome bait cast reel, guys, consider getting one of these KastKing, the brand new KastKing ALTI bait cast reel, guys. It's got a Halo Vortex braking system on it that makes it nearly impossible to backlash. It's the only reel on the market that's got a full titanium spool on it, super light, 11 ball bearings, priced around 200 bucks. And also, guys, I'll have that KastKing link in the description of the video. And if you use my promo code Randy10 with that link, you get an additional discount on it. So you won't find a better reel for the price on this. I love this thing. So thank you for putting up with the plugs there. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, the popper, man. The popper has been around for a long time. It started, let me see if I can pull one out here. I got some of the old school ones in my box here. Some of the original poppers was that like the old Rebel Pop, or the Pop R, and some of the Japanese versions, some of the smaller ones. I got a real old one here if I can find it. They've been around for a long time. Yeah, here's one of the original Pop Rs here. So you can see the Pop Max is quite a bit bigger than that, just a little bit like that. But guys, both of these are going to work for what I'm talking about. But the popper, it's really versatile in terms of how you can fish it. You can fish a popper as fast as you want or as slow as you want, and everything in between. You can just like chug it along, like you can bloop, bloop, and let it set until the ripples dissipate, and bloop, bloop. Or you can fish it just crazy through the water like that, just like working it real fast. And all of the techniques will work based upon your conditions. So let's talk a little bit about, how you want to work a popper and where you want to fish it. Now, the cadence and the pace that you work a popper is critical to the success on this bait. So here's sort of my rule of thumb, a little bit of tips and advice I'll give you to figure out the right cadence. If you're fishing in a low light situation, or if the water is a little bit on the stain side, that's when you want to use a slow twitch with it, just a slow motion, just like the bloop, bloop, pause, bloop, bloop, pause. This is the best type of retrieve for that. So normally what I'll do is like right off the bat in the morning, if I get out there early, like right after daylight, I'm not wanting to fish it very fast because they can't see it very good in those low light conditions. So I'm going to be working it pretty slow. Also, if I get into a situation, let's say I'm fishing where water visibility is marginally dirty for a topwater, say 12, 15 inches of visibility, I'll also fish it slow like that to give them a chance to find the thing. Now, as my water visibility and the sunlight intensity increases, I gradually start working up the speed of it. I'm working, instead of like bloop, bloop, I'm going bloop, 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 like that. And on the other end of the spectrum, let's say on one end of the scale there, you're working it really slow, low light conditions, dirty water. On the other end of the scale there, if the water visibility is really clear, like 6, 7, 8 foot of visibility, and your sunlight conditions are pretty bright, that's when you want to work it really fast. When you want to go boom, 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 and just get it all crazy through the water. So you're sort of going to have to adjust your speed of retrieve to your light intensity, water clarity. Also, sometimes wind. If it's a little bit windy or choppy, you definitely want to slow it down a little bit to give them a chance to find it. If it's a little bit, calmer, something like that, just depending upon the light intensity and the water clarity, you'll have to adjust it. So you sort of have to figure that on your own, just based upon the mood and the personality of the fish. But probably the best retrieve that I have had with the popper is just like bloop, 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 bloop. Let it pause for maybe a second or two. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let it pause for a second. That's probably the best success I've had. Now, if you can give me an ideal situation as far as the conditions, here is what I would like for summertime fishing. I'm either going to fish it right off the bat in the morning for the first couple hours in a low light condition, or if it happens to be a cloudy, rainy day, which is not very often in the summertime. And even if you do have a cloudy, rainy day in the summertime, those fish won't bite at topwater as good all year long as like they will if the water's a little bit cooler. So it's pretty much, it's going to be an early morning deal for the most part with that. The areas that I like to fish a popper in the summertime, you cannot beat riprap. Riprap is my #1 choice in a lake that does not have grass in it. So riprap, anytime you got riprap, you want to start on it. Start on the shady side of it, work as much as you can while that sunlight level's low. And then also you can do the same thing on points. Main lake points, get on those main lake points right as that sun is coming up and cover as many of those points as you can. And based upon the water clarity, if it's a little bit off colored, you may want to throw right to the shoreline. If it's cleaner, like 6-7 foot of visibility, you want to back off to 5 or 10 foot of water. But try on both the riprap and the points, just fish, run and gun, and cover as much as that water before the sun gets up. Because once that sun gets up, it's pretty much over with it. Now, the other situation that works really good in the summertime, if you do have it, is shallow vegetation. If you've got some type of aquatic vegetation, hydrilla, milfoil, something like that, fishing that popper around the edges of it during the same low light conditions can be really good. And most of the time I'm fishing that popper on 14-pound test mono and just a medium action 611 bait cast rod. I use that Megabass 110 special for it. So anyway, guys, give it a try. Poppers are great in the summertime. Catch us some good ones on it too, and hope it helps you guys out.